We are back. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back, or thank you for staying. Whatever it is, we are glad you're here. South Beach, user intel here. And now to finish off our stream of official EGF2, we bring St. John's University versus Manhattan College, the Battle of New York Esports. It's real.
Ooh. I always love these opportunities where there are two colleges and they're very close to each other or in the same kind of area. Because that means you guys can afterwards go hang out, maybe get some froyo or something, if that's a thing people still do. Uh,
Yeah.
it can build a nice bond or a kind of friendly rivalry. That's something that I definitely love. So seeing St. John's going up against Manhattan, I think it's going to be a little more of a maybe closer competitions. They probably go up against each other a lot, or probably are just mostly friends.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I'm not quite the exact science between, or the exact relationship between these two schools. I don't know. I honestly don't know how close Manhattan and St. John's are either. It could be New York the state or New York the city. It's one of the two that they're close by. But either way, the good thing is, what the good thing is that the Wi-Fi or the connection should be pretty good since they're kind of in the same vicinity
It,
or in
it
the
would
same.
be it'd be really funny if they're all actually just in the same room, like a house party. They're competing against each other online, for a victory. They're just all sitting around each other.
There you go. Yeah, they could be sharing the same room for all we know, but probably I don't know. We'll see. It looks like we might be Yep, we're gonna be starting at PS2 to kick off this game here. It looks like we're gonna, it's gonna be a couple minutes or so just because of some game adapter stuff. But really, so I'm not quite sure who it's going to be. First off, the players going in first are Playmaker for St. John's and Sansma Man for Manhattan. And I'm not quite sure who St. John, I'm not really familiar with any of St. John's roster or characters or who they play. But I do know Sansma Man, I believe, has 3 characters. They are Sonic, Hero, and Pyro and Mithra. I think those are, and I think Pyro and Mithra is his first pick.
I'm not gonna lie, Pyra and Mithra are two characters in one that came out, and I wasn't happy when they came out. I think they, normally I get mad when there's like another Fire Emblem character, but even then I still buy and play them a lot. I was not expecting this, and I wasn't very excited, so I never actually looked in. I pretty much dodged everything when it comes to Pyra and Mithra, so I don't even know how the playstyle works or what they kind of mix in. Do you have any form of insight?
Um, all I could say is that Pyra. If you want a good neutral game, you start with Pyra, and then you switch over to, or no, excuse me, Mithra. Mithra is the neutral gamer right there, and then Pyra finishes off the heavy kill power she's got under Xenoblade, whatever it's called, the sword and all that. Prominence, Revolt, Flaming Edge, Burning Edge, one of the two. I'm not a big, I'm not really familiar, but looks like we got Hero coming in instead, and I do know Hero. He's one of the most unpredictable characters in the game, but Zero Suit Sam is from Playmaker. Zero Suit's name, Sam, blah blah. ZSS, definitely also a formidable matchup.
I really like Zero Suit Samus. Well, this form is solely because it's much, I think, better than her natural one. You have a lot more agility and a lot more variety when it comes to taking it. And against something like Hero, where you really need to be fast because they have to waste a lot of MP, not only to just to be able to jump, but to be able to use their attacks, it means a lot. And look how Manhattan is kind of struggling out, has to use just the base magic just to be able to build up that MP to hopefully get something good.
Yep, now rising up to 30 on the MP, but another stat we need to bring up is the regular damage stat, 112 to 80, and wow, able to use Zoom, that was a really great way to use Zoom, and pretty, yeah, I never seen it actually be put to its actual use, but however, Playmaker able to even things out here.
It's what's so good. I mean, Playmaker's going to be able to predict any time we see the hero actually set up their ability, so it's more about just being as
Mm,
unpredictable as possible, and I think as annoying. Like, just that grab was absolutely good, because now you're even back into the stalemate of a 2-2.
for sure. 6. Make that 20s. Wow. Okay. Playmaker 0. Okay, now. I'm not gonna read off the damage because it just keeps climbing and climbing and climbing. So what's the point of that anyway? That's what I need to tell myself every stream, and I never do. But a great little tase from Zero Suit Samus, making it 92 to 34. Now,
Playmaker is playing like a playmaker as well. They've been so impressive onto these corners that it's taking Hero a lot of resources, and you only build up that MP by dealing damage, so it's not working well when you have to be on the defensive.
yeah, Hero definitely needs to find an opening to get some damage on Playmaker, and a lot of it if you want to get a good whack, or if you want to use just the side B enough good to kill. Especially, I think, at ZSS current position at 64. But, you know, just got to use that zoom. What a great recovery move. And Sizzle able to come in clean here. However, it's not going to be enough to take out ZSS.
Yeah.
That will be enough to take out Hero, unfortunately.
I don't think Sans truly realized that they were out of MP. They looked like they were trying to set something up, and they just continuously ran into Playmaker at that last minute, which gave them the opportunity to be able to up smash and, well, feel a little bit fine. Now they just want to force them off the stage as much as possible. Even a spike!
Sheesh. Just a little flick of the foot, and Playmaker made all the right plays in that game, making it a good 2-0 start for St. John's. And wow, that was just a way to finish off that round. I'm stuttering in my speech as I saw that.
I definitely gotta agree. It was very close. They were at a high stock, so they could have been toe tapped. They could have been absolutely licked, and which most players want to do to Samus, but they would have been absolutely destroyed out. And I think that's the big problem of Hero is a lot of it is set up. A lot of it's trying to be able to be as unpredictable as possible and you know, clean against your opponent. However, Samus is all about moving forward, is about taking that initiative and shutting you down. And I think this is where we see a beautiful moment of just Playmaker living up to the name.
Yeah. You left me speechless there a little bit. But hey, bans are coming in right now. For St. John's, it's gonna be Yoshi, Battlefield, and Town. Um, ah, it's okay. Lilat is the pick. I think, yeah, they were well aware they didn't like that stage, but hey, it's fine. At least I'm not playing on it. That's all I gotta say.
Is this how you live your match? Is this how you're gonna dictate which teams are good or not? What map they pick?
No, it's just how they. That's how I. Yeah, no, you're right. It's how I dictate it. But you know, it's how. No, it's really just if you want to really give me a really bad day, you 1v1 me on Lila, and I'll just cry most of the time. I don't know. Funny thing is, Star Fox is one of my favorite games, Nintendo 64 games, but as a stage, can't get behind it. I'm sorry.
You know, fair enough. I'll have to at least give you that. I do think Hero may benefit a little bit more from it, though. It's just gonna at least give a bit more trajectory and ideas of how you want to be able to move in, as well as just those high grounds. You're gonna be able to dodge that Samus a lot more often, but the big problem just comes in is how are you gonna be able to hit that Samus when the Samus is jumping everywhere?
And you know, this is a pick from Sandsman Man, so definitely. And I think, honestly, there is something about the stage that does kind of work against ZSS here. I mean, obviously the slanted platforms, trying to, you know, you stay on them just to avoid some hits. There's some blasts like from the whip and maybe even the blaster that really helps. And already we're kind of seeing a little bit of Sandsman Man really taking that advantage of the stage.
look at that, just being able to push forward, though they are taking more damage, and we're going to be seeing Sans take the first kill. That's the benefit of these higher platforms. Playmaker is still being able to kind of get a bit more of utility out of their character.
Absolutely, and now already building up to 50 MP, and here comes some lightning whips going on. That's definitely not the name of that move, but that's how I say how I see it. And here comes a kaboom. I avoided the kaboom.
That's very dangerous, and this is giving Sans a lot more opportunities to be able to use their MP to their benefit. It's not really getting wasted. They're even being able to send out a little bit of fire, though that also sends it. The bounce is what's kind of throwing off Playmaker. They don't really know what to do against it. Now, Accelerate, it at least lets you fly back really fast to the point. Playmaker just looks so frustrated trying to figure out where they're going to be going next.
Yeah, great recovery move is Accelerate. No matter where you are on the stage. Oh, that's not going to help you. That's not going to help you. That's going to help Playmaker, though. Oh! And a thwack. Just right off a spawn.
I don't think I've ever seen that actually hit, but that was absolutely dirty. Now Sans has opened up Playmaker's eyes to just the possibility of Hero and the unpredictability of being able to I know I was saying unpredictable, but that's not even like... I couldn't...
Oh my god.
That was at 30. That was at 30 health, by the way.
It's 2-2 because of 2 thwacks. I mean, what can you say?
How do you tell that to your team? How do you tell them, hey, sorry guys, you know, we're going to map 3 now because I got whacked really hard, you know?
Well, I think maybe, I don't know, but really, let's just look at these. Just a great, you think, I don't know if Playmaker was reading the spell list, maybe initially on that first thwack, maybe he initially thought Sandsman was going to heal to just cap off a perfect score, but jeez, 26%. That, I can't believe that killed.
No, that was at 30. Okay, so a little even less. That makes it way
worse. And it also didn't look that centered too, from my view. Like how I saw it, it didn't really look like a centered thwack either.
Look, I just want to say that was very upsetting. To
if I were a Playmaker, I would blame the stage. That's how I do it. I just blame the stage. But it looks like we're gonna go ahead, bring in Small Battlefield, PS2, and Smashville, and we're gonna go to Final Destination. That's the pick.
You know, this is definitely that better map pick when it comes to the Zero Suit Samus. I think we're now gonna see absolute anger come out of Zero Suit Samus. I know if it was me, I would just pick whatever character I could that's just gonna kill you and, you know, put on that. It's gonna be a lot harder for Hero to set things up, so Hero has to be kind of more of the either engager or reactor, but Playmaker can just play however they want.
Absolutely. We are starting out with 31 to 39. I'm gonna, again, I say I was gonna stop doing that, but I can't help it. It's so fun to do. And oh, okay, little missed hits either way. A missed smash and then some missed jabs back and forth. And now we're just kind of jumping over each other here. And finally, Lightning Blast land here in this first game 3 of this round of this set. St. John's in Manhattan. And here comes the for Hero. Trying to use a tornado to work, but oh, instantly grabbed. Wasn't left open.
Being hit in the face, that's not something that you really want, and it seems as much as Sans is taking at less damage comparably to Playmaker, Playmaker's looking to try and move them out as fast as possible. They're not really going to be able to hit the shots that they want. Both of them are playing so cautiously. They're terrified of losing.
And here comes... No. He moved what's going to be... up smash or up tilt attack? I think it was an up tilt. That was able to finish off Playmaker.
It's I'm a really feeling it type of tech. Playmaker now looking to be a bit more cautious. Even though Sans is at this low MP, they are going to be able to come back, look to build it, and then kill you the moment that you try and come. Though I do understand that edge guard, you kind of just gave Man enough room to come back in, and then you just barely finish that off. A little anxiety though.
Yeah. Here comes the Sizz. Sizz, honestly, is... And here comes a whack. Didn't quite get the whack with the shield. Oh my goodness. I was about to say, don't use that magic burst, man. Don't use that magic burst. Can't do that here.
I mean, full respects to that idea. We are seeing them look to just move as fast as possible. Sans has just increased his pace to where Playmaker is being able to move around, but not really being able to hit anything, and I think that's by far the best thing. However, the moment the MP starts going down and Sans can't keep up that pace, Playmaker just moves in and is going to be able to get in that damage. So on the bright side, at least you are up a stock, and you're now kind of just being able to get your MP up.
Absolutely, and speaking of MP, climbing up to 35, make that 48 in power. Trying to use that Sizz, but ZSS able to stop that move right there. Then does a little flip kick behind, trying to get that one stock off of Hero, but Hero able to stay alive here in that 75.
Be giving them a slight second. Playmaker is playing a dangerous game. Hero is so unpredictable. What are they gonna do next? Coming close to that kamikaze.
I was about to say.
Yeah, that is such a fat finger if you accidentally hit it. But it seems with this grab, it's going to be really hard for Playmaker to just try and find anything.
I was about to say, if you use that kamikaze, could afford to try to use that kamikaze. Actually, no. I would use it if you have all three stocks, because if you miss that, it would be 1-to-1 stock. It's just never use kamikaze.
I don't think you really want to underestimate Playmaker as well. Though they're beautiful edge guard. Though at 149, a whack would absolutely destroy them.
Absolutely. And it's 150. Make that 170 and of stock. Manhattan takes game number 1, and a great play from Sansom, man. Just great overall smash play, and making that score 5-2. So not a total blowout, which I love. I love non-total blowouts. This is telling me we're gonna get a really great night of just competitive back and forth from both these schools. It is the Battle of New York esports, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, they're going up close, and for a first map to just go to the 3 in the Hero, I would call that a reverse sweep, but kind of bringing it back at the end is very good to look at. I was very worried at first. I definitely have to feel the Hero at first was just extremely slow comparably to Playmaker, who's being able to move really fast and has these nice setups. However, once Playmaker stopped being able to hit people, or the person in general, it became a really big problem.
Yeah, you are absolutely right on the money there. ZSS was way faster in the very first match, bringing out all the moves, and it was hard to keep up. But all Hero had to do in games 2 and 3 was just bust out all the spells under his arsenal, and just, yeah, it was just foot on the gas. And, still, ZSS was still able to bring down a lot of stocks, so that was still really competitive, which is beautiful. But just at the end of the day, it just came down to all the spells and who had the bigger arsenal. Hero had the bigger arsenal. And now we're gonna see our next 2 players. It is Sam for Manhattan, and oh boy, Thicko? Is that how you say his name? Or, hold on a sec. Nope. Thitko. I'm gonna call him Thit. It's spelled Thitkhlo. I just don't know how to pronounce it. Hey, we're going to PS2. Thitko. That's how you say it. I was about to say, I said something else. Thitko. Thitko versus Sam on PS2.
Did you feeling a little bit better now, knowing
Yeah,
you
no,
got
I
it.
feel way better after my pronunciation. I mispronounce so many names
I
in the
mean,
EGF, so I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, if I
no,
never do it.
it's the benefit of being a caster, you know. That's their fault for not giving you team sheet so you can read it off of. Now this is where Sam's going
I
up
actually do
on the
have a team sheet.
I don't. Well, Captain Falcon is going to be able to just move and schmove all over this Pikachu. Pikachu is really good, at least, I think, in this current Smash area. However, Captain Falcon is all about pressure.
hmm You know, they match each other in speed pretty well, and I think, but at the end of the day, the hit power edge goes to Captain Falcon, and from what I know and observe, but also Pikachu's probably like a goated Smash character in this game.
Yeah, I think what makes the difference between them, besides from speed, is going to be just the defensive option. Pikachu has a lot more ability and a lot more control to be able to kind of edge guard you like this, but Captain Falcon can be able to zero stock you, basically. It's just a risk you're willing to take, especially going up with a character that can basically, you know, go up against you in any scenario.
Yep. Oh, nice. A dodge away from the Falcon kick, and just using those little jolts of lightning balls to keep Falcon off the stage, but at the end of the day, Fitco's gonna just use that move, and now it's 3-2 stocks in favor of St. John's.
And I don't really expect Sam to be going out for the Falcon Punch, but I would really love to see just an attempt. It's always the funny thing. And look at this. Look at this setup. Though, wait.
Oh my gosh. What are you doing?
Absolutely.
It was a 0 to death.
That's just what my producer said.
Fair
Shout out to
enough. I would more say that Sam's pure confidence was the one that bring it back. This is now where they're at even footing on the bright side. Thiek is more looking to kind of set themselves up. I definitely think they had a nice idea, but you don't want to kind of go overestimating your abilities.
For sure. Pretty much even in terms of damage percentages, and just moving up in the air, just trying to avoid hits all together, and then Pikachu just waiting for the edge to get to him. Here comes that was a Falcon kick hitting him, trying to get him with the up B, not gonna connect, and then here's a little dash, a little air move. That's a good aerial attack, by the way.
Yeah. Pikachu's just having so much control over this game. I feel so bad for Sam not even going to be able to get a grab. It's more or less trying to force them over to the edge, but it's like Deco is being able to just immediately force them around and eventually smash them, and that just feels bad. This pace of the game is not in Captain Falcon's favor.
It's all Fitco in this game here, able to get him with the down smash attack, and now just this aerial attack. Is this going to be it? Not quite. Not quite.
Now, trying to just pull the same thing off, but not gonna risk off your own stock. Definitely respect it. Still gonna have to be a little bit more respectful. If Captain Falcon hits you with the knee, it's all over.
Absolutely. Pikachu definitely in kill percentage range here, so really a one good move from Captain Falcon.
I'm really...
Good night.
I'm so proud of Deco. They are absolutely punishing Sam for running in without a game plan. They're being a lot more defensive, especially with their shields. So as they just tried to hit that out, eventually using their up B just to be able to get a tiny bit more damage, Sam is not knowing what to do.
Here comes those aerial attacks once again. You know, kind of the similar aerial attacks Falco have of just spinning in the air. Such a lethal move. Oh, and
still having to... It's so dangerous. Both of them want to kind of respect each other. Luckily, though, Sam has a faster kind of Falcon kick when it comes to Deco. It's now at base game. Just don't get spiked and you're fine.
Absolutely. And yeah, really, Sam in the danger zone, sitting at 131, probably climbing pretty soon. But here he comes. A few aerial moves. Nothing connects.
Deco's not able to kind of finish this out. Is looking for any opportunity to catch them mid-air. Luckily, though, this grab may give them the spot that they've been looking for. But Sam is just putting up the pressure, being able to live out of nowhere.
Yeah, you know, light character like Pikachu, not very heavy in Captain Falcon, but pretty reasonable weight, especially if you're a light character trying to get some hit power, but you know, Ditko has some good moves to take down Sam, and he better bring it on now because this game's going on a little than it should in his favor.
The more that Sam jumps, the more risk you die. Diko's just going to be able to win in these kind of mid-air combo fights. Sam really just needs to go for a grab!
Oh my goodness. This is close. How is this gonna end? This is only game 1, by the way. And it's looking like a game 3, y'all.
Look at this. These teams gonna be able to bring it back just barely, but
who done it? It was Pokemon Pikachu.
That was at 2:05. You just weren't ready for the headbutt, Pikachu. Look at that. You've got the Johto hat on. Ethan's hat. You're looking absolutely clean right now. Though that is a hard-fought match.
It took up almost, there was 2 minutes left to play. Basically, this is a 7-minute match, ladies and gentlemen, and that took 5 minutes. I did my math right. Yep, 5 minutes of that game here. And really, just a lot of back and forth. It was definitely a game of mental stability and just making sure, you know, you don't make the mistake last. That's what Smash is. That's the beauty of Smash.
You know, I guess I'll definitely agree to that sentiment. It was really impressive just to be able to see Diko kind of win more out of in that mid-air fight. I definitely think Sam struggled to kind of compete with that, but the moment that they kind of brought it to themselves and forced it onto the ground more than not, they were able to bring it back. Though, technically, Diko possibly could have, like, two-stocked this if they just did not throw themselves off the map.
Absolutely. We'll take a look here once again. And just this replay here is just a carefulness, but then just finding that opening with the Falcon kick, and then just here, it was just no hesitation for Ditko. You just get up stage and then just dash, then just use that move. Just no hesitation whatsoever.
It's just being able to just do what you do best, and that's called shutting you down. Moving out, though, I don't really know how much these maps are really going to matter. Like, we go to the map that you obviously hate. I feel that's where Pikachu's going to shine the most. Captain Falcon. What are you going to do on there? The Pikachu is just going to be able to spam that Thunderbolt, be messing around, and kind of be able to space awareness. It's where you start to pop out.
Oh, and we have a little character swap for Ditko. Kind of giving Pikachu a break and switching over to the nice female Kirby, as I like to say. Not quite with the same powers, but
listen,
definitely an interesting character change.
I love the Puff, but a Puff against a Captain Falcon? Are you crazy? I understand you have the map set in your advantage, but you are such a big puffball. You easily get hit. This is Captain Falcon, Sam's field of vision.
Absolutely. Let's see. And really, though, it's working out. Okay, now finally getting a little bit of damage on, but at the same time, still, it's about a 60% difference. Make that 80. And I mean, I'm probably, if you're gonna bring out Jigglypuff and you're yourself pretty well, I might expect a good old fancy down B at some point in this game.
I definitely would too, you know, who's the next hungry box, you know? but the problem just comes in is that Sam now takes over not only the air, but takes over the mid ground, which is going to be devastating, especially for a character that flings, and if you're not going to be able to land these sleeps or down Bs, it's going to be a big problem. But on the bright side, the moment Captain Falcon falls off the stage, you're going to be able to zone them out. So that's kind of the benefit you're looking for.
Absolutely, and we're seeing a little bit of edge guard right here, and takes Puff up to the skies, and now it's 1-2, and Sam feeling a little bit more confident here now.
Look at this, having to just be a bit more cautious. They are just terrified of trying to be able to move forward. Diko wants to do their best when it comes to finishing this out, but without hitting these combos, they're not really going to get much out of it. Sam is just too fast for the Jigglypuff to kind of keep up at times.
Oh, and here goes a good way to just kick out Captain Falcon off the stage. And a great, just great decision. Just get him out as far as you can and just come back. No, nothing extra you need to do.
Look at this, needing to just be a bit more dodgy. Sam is at a big point. Diko did a really nice job forcing them off the map. This is where the Jigglypuff works the best, but that's the problem. Now they're back onto the midfield. This is such a dangerous neutral fight.
This is indeed, and Captain Falcon's definitely a heavier hitter. It's just hitting a beach ball at the... Just got to be careful here. Just really, Captain Falcon's just waiting for that opportunity, and here comes Jigglypuff.
And I absolutely respect Deco for not going for the sleep just yet. It's too much of a danger going up against Sam. But now with this control pressure, doesn't manage to block the flip and the uppercut. Once again, we're going to another map 3. My goodness.
We are getting some really good matches. And well done from Sam getting match number 2 under his belt. So really, going to game 3, this is going to be very, very crucial here. And I don't know. If I'm Thitko, do you go back to Pikachu in this instance? What do you think?
I think you go to that Pikachu unless you have a different strategy like the Pokemon Trainer, maybe even a Lucario or Mewtwo, as we got to saw later earlier in the series. I think there is that opportunity to be able to try things out, maybe be a little bit more different, but they really weren't able to, and I think that's truly what killed them, as the Jigglypuff just does not work in that set unless you are just being able to continuously knock them off the stage, which Deco wasn't really able to do more than not.
Absolutely. I think, definitely nice words of wisdom right there. Not quite sure how many characters that Go has under their arsenal, whether if it's just Jigglypuff and Pikachu, or if he does have more Pokemon characters or other Smash characters too. It looks like our bans are going to be Final Destination, Kalos, and Smashville. So we're just going to go to Town and City for the next game 3 of the day, and it's just been all game 3s here, and it looks like we get Pikachu back in. If it works well, make it work still.
Yep, this is now where they're looking to be a bit more protected. Sam being comboed already. Look at this. Deco no longer is playing this game anymore. This is life or death.
Just a really hot start, Deco, but here go. Oh boy, Sam. Some grabs, some aerial moves, trying to kick Deco off the stage. Trying to go for that spike too, just not quite able to work there. And there's those side airs. Those side airs are really, really good for Pikachu.
Just being able to kind of dodge around. Look at this. Sam's just taking too much damage. Does not win these midair fights, and this is what Deco's kind of striving on. Though those edge guards being there kind of help Deco out a little bit less, especially because Sam's going to be able to benefit from them. They're still being able to set themselves up for a nice headbutt.
Absolutely. And just a great shield move early on. That forward smash from Captain Falcon, that probably would have killed Pikachu right there. But 120% for Sam. Trying to play a little bit safe, trying not to take any more damage. Look for that opening. Trying to be a little careful, but here comes Thitko. Getting him to the skies. Electric Vault. Uh-oh.
Look at that. I respect the headbutts, but you're not really going to get much than chip damage out of that. Though Sam having to just play so carefully, they're not going to be
Oh, no!
It's the zoning for me. That's just definitely what I got to say.
It's the zoning indeed. Not able to recover from that, and now looks like Thitko wants even more smoke here.
They're just being a lot more cautious. But look at this. The damage is there for Deco to kind of slowly back out. And it's really hard because the grabs are what's going to be shutting down shutting down Deco more often than not. And that's what Sam should really be prioritizing. Force them into this air. Don't let them stay onto the ground, because the moment they get into the air, well, they're not going to be able to win. So if you force them there and they're uncomfortable, it works the same.
Yep, and really, Thitko is really in the danger zone right now. And now, yep, taking off a stock. So back to 2 apiece. Really just even Stevens at this point here. Here comes Thitko, keeping Captain Falcon in the air, and oh my.
Not very the best, I definitely would say. Sam now at a big disadvantage. You don't want to end that series off like this, so this is where you pull out the Captain Falcon moves, maybe even throw in a knee!
Okay, able to win my respect back. That works. So now down to the 1 stock. I like these games. These are some great games we're casting.
Look at this. Still though, Samsam just has to repeat that same move. That is such a one-shot ability that Deco, I don't think, truly knows how to play against it. Just trying to force them to the edge so they can attempt to edge guard. However, Samsam is already prepared to shut you down. Not much you're going to be able to do when he just walks in, grabs you, and forces you out with a knee. But still, Deco is prioritizing getting Samsam in the air.
62 to 44 in favor of Samsam. Making sure to keep Thitgo at that high percent damage. And now, oh my goodness, that was kind of a dangerous looking recovery for Thitgo. I mean, Pikachu can recover from it, but it just, for some reason, just when it's one stock and it's coming down to this, it's always dangerous to recover.
Look at this, they're both playing so carefully. Captain Falcon almost had the setup, gets the punch, looking for the knee. He's not going to be able to cap it out. However, look at this, Deco is setting up more for just the spin to win. Going to be able to looking for that Thunderbolt.
Oh,
Just barely, almost.
so close.
It's one more hit. It doesn't matter on what side. It can end it all, but it seems that grab may be what it takes, not just yet.
Avoided the thunder from Pikachu, and here comes some little flashy bulls. Good grab from Thitgo. Missed the thunder fall through. Just gonna take it straight to the air. And oh my goodness, did he just try to go for a spike? Oh no! Oh my goodness, double misses. Just a throw.
It's just so hard.
Hey!
It's the punt that works out the best. Pikachu works better in the air, and unfortunately, Captain Falcon or Samsam was not able to get that knee to be able to win it out. I feel like Captain Falcon's little image on the bottom left too perfectly represents how they're going to be feeling. Just like, really, you know? But still, this is a pretty close series, I think, and as you can tell, it's neck and neck.
We are tied, and now we're just now getting it 3. We're just now getting into game 3. We have already had 2 back-to-back series where it took 3 games for them. So this is set number 3, excuse me, not game number 3. Yeah, same thing. Either way, it was just a lot of, pretty much without those SDs from Samsam, definitely could have won this. I mean, if it weren't for those SDs, that was probably the only thing that worked against him here. And I'm not quite sure. I think he dodged too late trying to recover, but this clean combo, this clean fall through, come on. You can't complain.
Yeah, it hurts nonetheless, especially because you debatably can say that, oh, I would have won this on both sides if the scenarios were a little bit different, but I think it's going to matter to see how they try to adapt around it and, inform their kind of bigger, they're upcoming players, like, hey, be a little bit more careful. These guys are not people to take lightly. They are ready to just bring us to those map 3s, and that was only the second game, and we're still going further.
Absolutely. And coming up next, we have Alomamola, or St. John's University. Try saying that 5 times fast. And KOG for Manhattan College. Wow, KOG, that's a really tough name to say. But they'll be duking it out in match number 3.
I'm interested to see how this is going to fall out. Will it be another kind of 3-pointer? I have to wonder.
And this is going to be a match I'm not quite sure who these players main as, neither one. So we're going to be in for a real big surprise coming out in this next game. I don't think I've ever seen KOG play. So this will be quite a treat. And guess what? PS2's the stage. Surprising, right?
I mean, that... I definitely respect that type of map setter or whatever. I think it's a nice neutral, especially so when you're going out, it's going to be completely fair. I think you're always ready to expect. I'm just more surprised that there are so many variety when it comes to maps and on these specific stages. It always catches me off guard, at least how much we're playing this.
I mean, it's just a great starter stage. It's a great finisher stage. It's just a great stage to set the mood in. All right, so the characters we got: Lil Mac, okay, and then Joker for St. John's.
Oh, this is unfair. This is so not fair. Cog basically has to be gunning in for every kill and never fall off the stage. Everyone knows Little Mac's recovery is not that great, though that doesn't really benefit how I'm talking about, and they have counters. Joker has one of the best recoveries in the game.
Absolutely. This is definitely, just on screen looks like not the strength of Joker and then the weaknesses of Lil Mac. But how this, in this series so far, we back-to-back game 3s. I don't know what to expect. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Oh, poor Cog lost that shielding in the last second. Has the uppercut.
Ooh.
It's the counter. Has that KO. Very much loses it due to that strike, and that's what Joker works best. Joker is very much one of those characters that pretty much thrives off of the neutral, while Cog has to basically take the initiative, which is not what you want to do. Though luckily, well, no, that's an air. Wait, you help your ally and then kill them? How rude!
It looked like he was, it just looked like he was setting up. That was a very intentional from Aloma Mo, and just setting him up to recover in a way where he can just easily get that smash attack. So maybe high IQ. That was a low Q. Yeah. I don't know.
See, that's one of the points where I say that Little Mac cannot fall off the stage. And, you fall down, though looking to take this Joker not to the 3 stocks is basically what you should be gunning for. I don't think you're really prioritizing a win. Just don't let them take the lead.
Absolutely. And, 135 for Joker here. And Lil Mac can hit. He can punch like a truck. And like that, that's what KOG needed right there. So hats off to KOG for getting that hit. Now you just need 2 more.
I find it really funny that we're seeing Cog prioritize using the 1-2-1-2, which is really respectable because it works, but it doesn't do that much damage. It's just really good for that knockback, and well, Joker's gonna be able to thrive off of it. If you've played the games, you understand how much of a threat it can be, especially if this uppercut lands for a second. But Joker has the counter and can basically power through it, but still gets taken out.
And it's KO for a lumber. That's actually a Loma in reverse. It's it's like tenet. What's that word? What's that word called? It's called a palindrome. That's what it is. I just realized that.
Yeah, but I'm more surprised the Joker can basically counter through it to build up the stand. Now with it, they're going to be able to deal in a significant amount of damage in that 130 and rising due to the steam building. Little Mac is at a dangerous game. Yeah, basically just have to counter everything, but it doesn't even matter when those legs don't lie. Shakira be telling a story. How does that hit?
I don't know. It's just, my goodness. Probably couldn't recover there. And then just the, whatever that hitbox is. It just, takes it like that.
What is, see, this is Joker. That makes me so mad. That is such a moment to where people are gonna look and say, how does that even exist? How do you let that happen? Nintendo, their netcode's already struggling. But yep. I mean, you give this character so many abilities, one of the best counter in the games, the ability to charge up their stand, or however you want to call it, persona, and power through any move and continuously use it, and then you give them a counter that goes through the ground and can hit you when you're even down low. That's insane.
Yeah, that was a beautiful match for, for St. John's right there. And, it was, the cool thing is, once again, this will not be this will continue to be a trend, I assume. It's just the stock games, once again, coming down to the wire here. So really, it just, definitely, what's his name? KOG took it down to the very last match here. So the bans we have were Final Destination, PS2, and Kalos. And okay, small battlefield is the stage.
Ooh, I mean, I respect it. It's, not great for somebody like a Little Mac, but maybe we're gonna be seeing a swap here or a different idea. I think if you're playing Little Mac, you have to play to a very specific style to be able to break through it, or else you're going to be losing out more than not. I think we obviously saw that the Little Mac, it was really tough to play that aggression because the counter is so quick for both sides. Nobody wanted to peek at all.
Absolutely. So we're gonna go here to small battlefield, and it's the same characters once again. And I don't know how this will work out for Lil Mac. I mean, you know, don't have to hit too hard to take Joker out of the stage this time, but Joker can do the same.
I definitely agree. Although Little Mac more prepared, looking for these offsets, just is moving, the schmoving. Though that's what they're prioritizing, just pure aggression. That's all you have to do. This is basically boxing at this moment. And while I've never fought a real person, I can definitely tell you how it is in Smash Bros.
I don't recommend fighting a real person. You know, just for reasons. But yeah, in Smash, anything goes. And right now, it's going pretty well for both of these players here. KOG already with the KO, and we'll see if he can land it here. And now, Manhattan finds themselves in the lead, but can you recover from that? I don't think you can. Well, you're kind of helping him here. And now, just like that, back to 2 stocks.
Oh, an even trade so far. We're not seeing much when it comes to the Joker, though. Being able to build up your persona that quickly is absolutely a benefit. The problem just comes to the fact that you're not really doing much to Cog. Cog is all about counterplaying. This is turning into a literal boxing match at this moment.
Kind of like we're seeing a great Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder match here. Or excuse me, may I say Jake Paul versus whoever
ASI.
y'all like to see. I mean,
Listen.
I prefer Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. That's called boxing.
Oh, but I prefer Little Mac coming in, getting that punch. That was a little less respect coming out of the Joker from kind of trying to anticipate it. Very much falls down to it. And, well, now Cog is going to be having the advantage in this series. They're not even being pressured off the map half the time. Cog is just getting away with so much in this game.
Absolutely, and here comes that persona already getting it. Now we're seeing 20% more attack on the Joker. And there's that counter once again. We
just let them die. They weren't gonna make it anyways, and you had to just do it to them.
I mean, get credit for the points. Oh, try to do it again. I don't think you're gonna fool Cog 3 times in a row.
No,
Yeah.
and
there it is.
Unfortunately enough, that's where Joker thrives. Showed you to that moment why Little Mac is not considered a high-tier character, and why Nintendo, I definitely agree with Little Mac's little face right there. That was so irritating. I was on the Mac side for that. I had felt it. I thought they had it, but then Joker's just Joker. You know, what are you gonna do against it?
You know, he was asking why so serious, and you know, Joker was having fun, pretty much. And you know, what can you say? Definitely, the character matchup really definitely went Joker's way, obviously. But we saw some pretty good Little Mac play, and don't wanna, down on that character too much. We know. But here's the thing: KOG really put on a good show, putting on 2 KOs. And able to just, tack on a lot of damage too. So, I mean, really good work. But, once again, Joker is Joker, and it's 11-6.
Man, this series is a lot more intense than I think I ever truly expected it to be. And maybe that's just because these players are so close to each other that, even skill is going to be a bit more evident than anything. I think when you're in that same area, that means you're kind of competing against the same players, so you're definitely going to be building up a tolerance against those types of people. So it's not much to worry about, rather than just how are we going to shut them down.
Absolutely. And coming up next, we have EJJ for St. John's going up against Crimson for Manhattan College. EJJ, not quite sure who he plays as. Still unfamiliar with all the St. John's people, but I know Crimson does play Kirby, so this will be. Don't see a lot of Kirby players these days, especially in the EGF. But Crimson, he knows how to play Kirby well.
You know, yeah, okay. There's one technique I think we all know about the Kirby. You know about the inhale. I don't even know the term for it, but the inhale where they hit you on this and then drop you down and then leave you to die at the lowest spot on the stage.
That's how I use DDD. That's how I win.
Listen, all right, I'm all about the monkey. All right, this is what I'm all about. I absolutely love Diddy's neutral zoning and just the banana trips. Look at that, it's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, Jigglypuff. What are you gonna be? Not Jigglypuff. What are you gonna be able to do against that Kirby besides just eat it and steal the coconuts?
Absolutely, and speaking of DDD, we got DD Kong coming in for this matchup here, going up against Kirby. This is definitely an interesting matchup, I would say. I think we see Diddy Kong. We kind of consider Diddy Kong one of the better characters in the game. In terms of tier, I'm honestly not quite sure how to put Diddy Kong on a tier list. I know there's those Smash faithful that put him in S tier. I don't know if I would quite get him that high, but he's very solid.
Haters gonna hate. Just look how much neutral zone and just monkey o'clock that is happening right now. Kong is unable to truly hit anything, stuck inside these close quarter fights until eventually you slip on your own banana and between your own tail. You know, this is a DK rap, all right?
Absolutely, I can't argue with that there, and definitely, really, so far, the edge definitely goes to EJJ. We will correct that. It is EJJ for St. John's and Crimson for Manhattan. So definitely a lot of back and forth action here.
Yeah, look at this. Being able, the banana is just the mitochondria, if you so will, if that's how you say it. Even that parry's not gonna be able to do much. We're just seeing EJJ kind of primarily using these combos, especially with the banana. It's the engager. It's what you have to worry about as the Kirby, and you know, unless you're kind of taking the initiative, which is what the monkey's doing, there's not much you have.
Yep, the powerhouse of the character is the banana, obviously, but here's that monkey flip. That is definitely the yes. I don't know.
No,
I'm just gonna. Okay, that's an interesting decision. Why? Yep, not gonna work out. I would have recovered.
I think Crimson was more scared of just absolutely getting spiked. That was an opportunity there, especially for EJJ, but it was the caution to the wall, though, being able to come back onto the stage. EJJ is going to have a tough time now. Crimson is definitely moving much faster and has a lot more utility to be able to do things, so especially with spiking, it can be very difficult for EJJ to three-stock this.
Absolutely. And Crimson definitely doesn't want it to be a three-stock.
You know,
off the backboard.
That's basically what you have to do every time, but that's a very difficult thing to do consistently. Now with EJJ having basically no health, you know, being perfectly fine, they're going to be able to come back into this, start setting themselves up, and using this banana as a gun.
Just hanging on to that, and already getting the lip. Here it comes again. Waiting. He's just waiting to use that back air, and it's just gonna be a nice little forward smash attack. And EJJ coming in with this for the first one here, and this is the first game, I believe. No, this is not. I don't think this is the first game where we had a winner with multiple stocks instead of one. Maybe.
Nah, but listen. You hated on the Diddy at first. Sorry, if we're bringing anyone in for the interview, it's going to be EFF, because look at that monkey. What is Kirby going to do? Kirby thrives off from being in the air, and when you're playing forcefully on the ground, what are you going to be able to do? EJJ is absolutely dominating when it just comes to this low ground fight. Crimson's still trying to do the best that they can, but without forcing them into the air, I don't really think there's much that Kirby gets.
I wasn't really hating. I'm just saying he's a great, not perfect character.
If you don't fully agree, that's technically hating.
All
right, I use Twitter. I use Twitter. What do you know?
Twitter. Oh boy, I I mean, this is why I don't have a caster Twitter, just my regular Twitter at Harris. So, by the way, that's a subtle hint if you guys didn't catch that. Twitter handle. We're running it back to PS2 here, and the bands were Lilac, Yoshi, and Battlefield.
Absolute shameless self-promotion, definitely. I respect that to a great degree. This is now where they're moving in. Both of them being a bit more cautious. I think Crimson definitely wants to be a bit more spacious, see what AJJ is going to be able to do, but EJJ is trying to see what Crimson's going to do. And I'm loving the fact that they're crouch walking half the time.
Absolutely, just a little bit of back action. Maybe not quite as much as we Crimson with 62 and rising. And here comes another banana peel slip, and you just slipped up and you slipped down out of there. And it's 3-2. EJJ really dominating this matchup.
It's monkey o'clock, as I'll continue to say. My catchphrase indeed. Catching, slipping onto the banana. This is almost like a comic scene, and though that dash does manage to barely kind of help that Kirby, the big problem comes that they're not having any room to continue staying on the stage. The edge guarding is absolutely oppressive.
Oh, using the monkey flip to edge guard the up B of Kirby, that was very, very genius. And, you know, how many times can you fall forward landing on a banana peel? Looks like a lot of times so far.
It's almost like a Looney Tunes episode, you know, you can't take it too seriously, but it's just absolutely funny as we just see Crimson once again being taken out of the stage. I wish they kind of broke the glass, that'd be so cool, but EJJ in a scenario to be able to 3-stock, though, this is where Crimson gets mad. Crimson's now going to bring up the heat.
This is dangerous 3-stock territory for EJJ to get to Crimson here. And Crimson does not want to lose that stock to fall victim to that. Once again, possible 3-stock here. Here comes a grab. And now, just like that. Oh, and he caught the banana with the inhale. Got a little bit of that health back.
Having to just be a bit more careful. Crimson's in a dangerous spot. Now back in the same scenario. Tries to wait in the air, but EJJ controls the What did I say? It was Monkey O'Clock. That's your S tier character right there.
Arguably the play of the day right there. Using the banana peel to slip on the ledge, and then you just say a little prayer and just right on to the head of Kirby. Okay, there. Okay, so yeah. Look, I'm just gonna let you do that for the rest of the show. I think that'd be great.
That's what I'm talking about, taking the lead and taking it in style. Sorry, I'm just I love monkeys, man. And then, anytime I see Diddy Kong or Donkey Kong, I absolutely lose my stuff. These are my favorite characters to play in Smash. And I feel a little bit bad for Crimson. They were definitely trying to do as much as they can, but that banana is so annoying to deal with.
Technically, I mean, yeah.
All right.
I think, yeah, our producer just pointed out and corrected our fellow caster here. Donkey Kong's a gorilla.
That's a monkey.
It's a primate.
That's a monkey's a primate.
Monkey is a primate. Gorilla's a primate, but a gorilla's not a monkey.
Yes, they're the same thing. They live in jungles. They don't really eat bananas, but they like bananas. I mean, that's like a stereotype. So don't bring the race into this. All right.
Okay. Well, I live in a house with a dog. We're not the same thing though. He sometimes eats the meat off my plate.
Yeah, but your dog doesn't walk on 2 legs and do the same thing that you can do or a monkey can do. All right. You are incorrect. They are related.
Listen, let's go back to some Smash here, just because we're gonna do a little quick break while we debate this whole monkey versus primate debate here. So I think it's a little we'll just go ahead and shoot to a quick break, and we'll be right back in a couple minutes. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Final match here of John's Patton. And it's going to come down to this. Battle is going to be at PS2. And who are the fighters? I must remind myself. I believe it is Rizaluka.
Yeah, you were so excited. How'd you forget?
Because I love to. We were caught up in that gorilla monkey debate. It was, we got into it really hard. And then No Mill is the next guy, I believe. Rizaluka for sure for Manhattan. And Rizaluka, remind me who you play as. Joker and Pit and Ness. So we'll see one of those three.
Oh, those are
enter the stage.
Those are really good characters, just to kind of, I guess, set yourself up with of just the possibility of going.
Mm-hmm. This will be. I mean, we already seen Joker already in a commanding fashion. So we might as well see another Joker here again, this time for the side of Manhattan. But we also might see Ness or Pit. And then, Sora or Pirate. Okay, so totally different characters. Pirate and Mithra versus Sora. Battle of the new DLCs. Which DLC character is better? We'll find out.
My goodness, I have actually just not looked at Sora at all. It's still so much of a fever dream for me. I guess I've just never truly realized it. So this is going to be an even trade. I get to kind of analyze and figure out how both of them work. But from what I've been able to see, Sora is somewhat kind of insane having this versatile strategy comparably to Pyra.
Mm-hmm. I think best recovery in the game. That's how I see it. I think, that's debatable for sure. He's definitely still a new character, the newest of the bunch, and still trying to figure him out. But I would say best recovery in the game, just hands down. It's near broken. Like 2 jumps, he's already like back on stage almost. But if that doesn't work, you just little up special and then side special, and then you're back on.
I mean, when Disney is involved, they're always OP. Look at that, already so much pressure. We're being able to see the Sora switching very quickly throughout their abilities, which is changing the playstyle, the format that they want to do. But stuff like this is absolutely crucial when fighting out. Luckily, though, it just seems that the Pyra's gonna be able to have a little bit more reach and a little bit more damage to help out.
Yep, and just like that, no flip script super quick. And here comes that combo of up to side Bs right there. Doesn't quite work out. And here comes Mithra switching already over to Pyra with that blazing edge. That blazing edge, so deadly.
Yep. Look at that, having to just play carefully. We see them already just in this kind of neutral stance. The Sora very much trying to optimize as much of with their abilities, but I think the problem just comes in from the fact that it's as you said from a couple matches ago, the Pyra combination is just so good at both neutral and aggression. Sora's kind of having issues keeping up with the damage.
Absolutely, and really Mithra being such a good neutral character, and then Pyra just able to hit super quick. But look at that recovery. I mean, he was almost off stage, and it was just an easy pickings, so watch out. Oh, good shield move. And that was just a great response from Sora, trying to even things out, trying to do a smash, just doesn't quite work. And then Thunder comes in, doesn't land.
Having to be careful, they're on the edge. This is a very slow match, as most of this is footsies. What type of footsie was that?
That was a... You got me there. I don't know. Either way, all I know is Rizaluka with 2 stocks and No Mill, which is 1.
Yep, this is where Rizmo is just trying to do as much as they can to play very defensive and still being able to hit those damage out because the Sora...
What are you trying to do there?
I don't know what colors weave into Aspire or Flames for that one. Are you just denying points? Yeah, I mean, you're going back into this neutral, so it's not that much of an issue. And the Sora, it's kind of trying to just put on as much pressure as possible. That's the utility that I think that matters most for Normie.
You know, when you have more stocks than your opponent, and you want to try to be flashy and finish it out. I think that's what was going on right there, trying to finish it off with a bang with a spike at the very end. And just didn't quite work out the way you wanted it to. But either way, even stocks, but it might bite him back just because of damage percentages.
It definitely might. Sora has the combos, a little bit of everything. And with that
Whoa.
Thunderbolt, it's absolutely rude. Though just barely going to be able to get back on the stage, Sora just has so much that they can deal with basically anything. And now the fact that Gnome is being able to kind of keep up with the damage, it's not really too much that they have to worry about besides from finishing this series.
Yeah, this is very, very dangerous territory. Really, both characters, I think they're pretty much at kill percentage right here. And just a throw!
Oh!
He's still up!
Come on! You've got this! Having to play so carefully. If they grab each other, it could be the end for either one. But definitely for Raizu,
Oh!
it's a pain to play.
Just a nice little air from Sora, the newcomer of Smash, and Disney's proud child of Nintendo and Square Enix and the gaming companies like 18-6 for St. John's. And it looks like this is yeah, I think it's pretty much sealed for St. John's victory here.
Yeah, I definitely got to say that it's quite interesting, I guess, to kind of look at how these players are going, especially with characters that I'm not particularly used to seeing. I definitely say I've got to love how Sora works. Sora very much works with, I think, people who are really good with adapting on the spot, which is what we've been seeing, especially just having not only fire, thunder, and ice, but just one of the better recoveries, as you said. It's really hard for the Pyro to kind of compete against it if they're not consistently just grabbing and hitting.
Absolutely, and there was just that little SD that really cost Rise right there. It wasn't for that SD, just recovered normally. May have seen a different story, but you never know. We never know how Smash goes. One of those what if scenarios, but not gonna happen here. We got Final Destination, Kalos, and Lilat that were banned, so we're gonna just run it back to PlayStation 2.
It'll be interesting to see. There's been a second for adaptations and adapting. So how is Raizu going to be able to kind of play against it? Luckily, though, not going to be throwing yourself off the map.
If you're Sora, it's near impossible to throw yourself on the map. Just how you cover, not how you start, it's how you finish. Obviously, and here comes some great Thunder moves. And a little Mithra action with the side B. Blizzard from Sora. And now just kind of running back and forth. Here's a good Fireball and some Thunder. Missing out.
Spam is so good, and I don't know how necessarily I would even call it spam, but it's just the pressure with it. And that is such a nice edge guard. You've set yourself up to be able to continue moving forward.
Making sure Pyra nor Mithra recover onto the stage as Sora gives that nice little flotation aerial move he's got going for him, making sure he stays alive. And now 3 stocks to 2, but Resoluka already at 68, make that 77. This is dangerous territory.
Gotta be very careful. Look at that, we're already at a 3-stock spot. The Pyra is just losing out in this game, and it's looking bad. I think Nomi's just basically adapted perfectly.
That was the first time I've seen that combo from Sora land successful from either EGF or anyone I know. I've seen it on online a few times, but just finally witnessing it in person live, what a treat.
Oh, still though, look at this. We're having to hold our breath. This is such a close spot. But go a little bit too high and you get yourself clipped. Now, I'm a little bit more worried for the Sora, because there is a bit of more of a comeback type of opportunity, especially, it's anime fighter versus Disney, but, Disney also writes the most animes, so, the sacrifice was really worth it.
And still kept 2 stocks at the process. My goodness, and that is how we're gonna end this series. St. John's coming on top, 22-6 over Manhattan College. They win the battle of the EGF New York Esports Bowl. Do we call Uh, do we call them bowls in esports? I guess no, we just call them tourneys. But either way, GGs will go all around, and really just great play from both schools.
I definitely gotta agree. This was up to basically every round and every series, coming up to this. So I definitely think both of these teams, they have a lot to look forward to. They definitely showed up and showed proud. However, Sora, I think it's just a different character in their own right, down smashing below and forcing Luca to. I think somehow not only hit the stage, but then knock off, fling yourself, and then get killed. And I don't really know how you're supposed to deal with that, especially a Joker, as we saw from beforehand. So maybe it's just a character diff rather than just a pure talent.
Absolutely. Really just all around a great effort from St. John's and a great effort from Manhattan. Really just giving us some great games. Shout out to both schools. They gave us an absolute show. Really all of the previous schools gave us a really good show here. So we're going to go to, once again, another quick break for an interview with St. John's. I believe it's Thitco coming in for our interview. So stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are joined by Thitco, the winner, the captain of St. John's, and really, congrats, man, on the win today.
Thank you very much.
All right, so kind of take us through that. That, like, literally in the beginning, it looked like it was really evened out between both fighters first in games 1 and 2. And then game 3, you guys kind of just start laying it in there and just starting to take a commanding lead. So really, what was kind of going through your head going up against these Manhattan people?
Well, after the thwack at 30% in the first set, we kind of needed a momentum shift. So usually I'm the most versatile where it comes to momentum shifts. It's either I'm going to get 3-stocked or I'm going to win the game. It's one or the other. There's literally no in between. And today, with like the scheduling and everything, because one of our players is off-site, I kind of have to call him. So usually I leave him for the anchor. Unfortunately, something happened and he couldn't show up. And then from there, it was just EJJ and Aloe just needed time to warm up. So we kept them for the middle. And then after Ethan really got that 3-stock, that's where we took the ball and we kept rolling.
I've got to say that is massively impressive, especially since just I think more than anything, momentum is very important when it comes into the match. So what are you guys more focusing on when you're in that pressure type of moment? Is it really just you kind of being able to play good and then bring it back for the team, and that that kind of helps everyone bring it back?
Captain, I've always stressed that player mindset is the biggest thing in esports. For example, when watching like professional Smash, my favorite player is Tweak, but Tweak doesn't really have the best mindset, but he's one of the sickest players around. So whenever we're in these like clutch moments where like we have to clutch it out or something's going wrong, the main thing that we always keep in mind is to keep your cool and stick to your game plan. don't let what just happened in the set affect what's gonna happen later in the set.
Absolutely, that's pretty spot on. Pretty much next week looks like we're gonna have a bye week, but after that, you guys are gonna go up against Fairfield University. So, is there at point in time, are you guys just gonna take the week off easy, or is it just back to practice here? Probably finals week also coming up. I don't know. What's the plan?
We have finals week coming up, and obviously I want all my players to enjoy the holidays. But every now and then, especially with the break and everything, we always find time to meet up and play. And in a sense, that's practice. And a lot of the times we have these sessions where it's like, hey, we're just here to have fun and play the game. And then we have other sessions that are just, this is grind session. Like, tell me what I'm doing wrong, punish me for it, and show me what I should be doing. And we have a bunch of great players to like help with that just, you know, friends and all that play that are PR'd or whatever the case may be. We try and grind as much as we can, and we don't really take any days off. Smash is pretty much the game that runs wild unless Mario Party shows up and takes over.
There you go. There you go. Mario Party has a different vibe to it. I love it. So just to finish up here, do you guys have any shout outs you would like to give out?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out like St. John's for giving us this opportunity to really participate in the EGF. We've never thought that when we made our Smash Club 2 years ago, when there was only 2 members, that it would turn into a team and then the esport. And now we're running brackets and we're getting a lot of people showing up, and just in general, just from what we built so small to see how big it got now, we just want to give a thanks to St. John's for giving us this opportunity to show you what we've been doing. Because a lot of times we don't get the chance like at like a regular local, because you might not be on stream. But with the EGF, everyone's on stream. So it really gives us the chance to like watch, play, improve, and like really just be able to like analyze our play and just overall get better as individuals and as a team. And it's a great way for us to like connect and bond with people we didn't even know were at our campus. Like I wouldn't even think what my life would be if I didn't have my Smash guys with me. So the fact that we're able to do the EGF and bring us all together is really crazy. So I really just want to like shout out St. John's for giving us this opportunity.
Awesome. Well, we really enjoy having you guys here at EGF. Again, Thitgo, thank you so much for being here with us, and you really gave them the 1,000 years of death, if you know what I mean by that.
Yes.
Reference there. So awesome. All right. Well,
thank you for having us.
Awesome. Thank you. And with that, our time here at Officially 2 come to a close, but be sure to pay attention to the official EGF stream and EGF SSBU. Pretty sure they got some Smash going on left here. And shout out to our producer Aeon, giving us a lot of good content here, letting me steal everything he says into the mic. He always has a witty joke and I just steal it. So shout out to him. Shout out to Aeon right there. And yeah, make sure you follow us on Twitch and Twitter and all of that. I'm South Beach. That's User Intel. User, you got any closing thoughts?
So to say thank you for the opportunity, also with the great plays. Also, I got to see Diddy Kong, so I'm absolutely, that made my year.
There you go. Thank you guys for watching.